know, Dan just talked about material possessions. We don't need to take things with us, but what meant the most to me for my birthday was to drive 2.5 hours in one direction, to sit through an independent wrestling show of which there was about 30 people in attendance, so that we could present a beautiful award to a beautiful young lady. And so thank you to my wife for letting me do that. But Mike Falvo, would you please come on up and tell the story of Azaliah?
Well, first of all, if anybody went to the Hall of Fame show last night, you saw Azaliah. She wore her trademark referee shirt, and right on brand, here she is in her referee's dress, specifically chosen because she loves this industry. She loves professional wrestling. When I found out that Azaliah was going to be awarded this wonderful award, I was over the moon ecstatic and happy for her. But it wasn't until a couple of days ago that I decided I'm not going to say a word about Azaliah tonight. I'm not going to say a word. It wouldn't be right if I said a word about Azaliah. So what I did was I got on the phone and I called in a favor. Somebody I consider a colleague, and I'm extremely proud and happy to call a friend who took, what was it, 150 miles? The 150-mile drive from Staten Island, New York, all the way up here to Albany. He's going to give Azaliah the white glove treatment. He is Azaliah's favorite ring announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of independent wrestling from the great state of New Jersey, Shane Fair.
Good evening to everyone in attendance. First off, I'd like to thank Mike, not only for your service to our country, but for your service to the sport that we love. Thank you for everything you do, Mike. You are an announcer's announcer and my personal favorite announcer. Thank you so much for everything and inviting me here. First off, my name is Shane Fair. Like you said, I am an announcer based out of Staten Island, New York, working mainly in the New York City. Cut off. I'm getting the cut off. All right, I gotta go. Come on, Azaliah, a little bit? Okay, just a little bit, I promise. Okay. Now, I had the honor of meeting Azaliah at the world-famous Monster Factory in Paulsboro, New Jersey. I saw her in a crowd with her ref shirt that night, and I thought, wow, this place is pretty thorough that they have ref stations throughout the crowd. It's pretty, it's a good organization. Now, within the coming months, I saw Azaliah attending multiple events at which I happened to schedule announce, and I quickly became as big a fan of Az's ringside antics as she did of ours. Azaliah is a golden soul that brightens any room, even when she's giving me the cutoff. But she also has extremely impeccable taste in independent wrestling, because we know if Azaliah is at an event, that's the place to be. That's the event you want to be at. So it's always a good litmus test. A few of the events that I would see Azaliah at were at a promotion which shall remain nameless, as its name has been rightfully erased from history. A promotion whose owner would soon be disgraced by a horrific scandal. So many of those trusted and believed in that promotion were instantly displaced in the fallout. At the time, one of the first ones to come to mind was Azaliah. I thought, how would her mother, Melissa, explain to Azaliah that she'd no longer be able to attend the promotion that she loved so much? It was quite simply, it was blatantly obvious that we owed the children and the parents that love this sport more than that we were giving them at that point. Within a month, I decided what I wanted to do is utilize the power of professional wrestling to make a powerful, positive impact. This would involve a large majority of those who were heartbroken by the events that transpired earlier that year. The idea would become known as Basket Brawl, heels versus faces, a game featuring the top independent wrestlers in the area, all competing. Oh man, that's rough. All right, we're going to talk about this, Azaliah. But it featured a game competing heels versus faces, competing in a shoot basketball game. What can go wrong, right? A lot, but anyhow. With the charity all worked out, all that was necessary was a worthy recipient. After seeing the joy that Azaliah was provided by playing in the Miracle League of Mercer County, there was only one logical choice. The Miracle League of Mercer County is a 100% barrier-free baseball league for all children located in Hamilton Township, New Jersey. Azaliah would serve as the league ambassador to basketball as we collectively raised over $10,000 in our effort. Now, it was a collaborative effort, but you have to think about the inception, the root, the genesis. These 60-plus men and women assembled for one reason: Azaliah. The spark of one fan's personality and presence, what united us all, ultimately. At times, even quite recently, the very medical professionals that have been entrusted with Azaliah's care have placed limitations and classifications that she has continued to defy, persevere, and shatter time and time again. Nothing can or ever will stop Az, but I don't want to go too far, though, because there are some red flags. This is a girl who forged the only known relationship with one of the most heinous heels in New Jersey, in Charles Mason. She is practically a member of Smiley's Project Mayhem. Yeah, we know, Azaliah. We know about that. So the warning signs are there, but for now, we're going to just remain vigilant. The bright side is her favorite wrestler is Joey Sweet Cheeks Silver, so there's hope. There's hope. I remember one particular evening, I was having an awful night at a promotion that shall remain nameless again. Everything was going wrong. It was one of those, why am I here type nights. I peeked through the curtain to look at the crowd, and I saw Azaliah walking in with my signature white gloves on. And I thought in that moment, that's why I'm here. That is why we all should be here, and nothing else matters more right now than Azaliah and entertaining the fans. People like Azaliah, Melissa, that we leave our homes every weekend to entertain and give all of ourselves, make every mile and effort all worthwhile. One thing you'll learn as a wrestling fan is the one who's victorious isn't always the true winner. Well, I also believe the true hero isn't always the athlete in ring, but sometimes the one sitting ringside with a referee shirt on. As I mentioned earlier, we owe the children of this sport more, and tonight is a magnificent gesture in that movement. The greatest reward I will ever receive as a professional wrestling announcer was the day that I found that Azaliah had a custom ASL sign just for me. There it is. And just like you've given me that reward and given me that honor, tonight is my privilege and the highest honor for me to award you the 2022 International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame Rocky Johnson Medal of Mettle Award.
Melissa, I'm putting this on you. I'm putting it on you, man.
Thank you, Azaliah.
That's right. Okay. All right. And
If you really want me.
and we just did present to Azaliah's mom, Melissa, a beautiful Hall of Fame pendant, by the way.
Don't off with my head. No one gave me forewarning that I was talking. I just want to say thank you to everyone because Azaliah absolutely loves pro wrestling. I always say it's an atmosphere where everyone really knows how to relate to her, which is not always the case everywhere else. I'm not stopping. Even places that should know how to relate to her don't necessarily. She gets wrestlers, yeah, she gets wrestlers coming up to her and talking to her, where a lot of times in other places, people talk to me to talk to her. So the respect and just the interactions are amazing to see as a parent. But she, clearly, are you saying I'm crazy? Clearly, she has enough personality for both of us. But I just like, but I'd really just like to thank everyone, especially Shane and Mike and Seth, for everything.
Well, thank you. Let's have some dinner.
And off with my